Today on the channel, the time, it's finally come as Demolition returns to the WWE Mattel Elite line in Elite 123 with Axe, Smash, Demolition.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite unboxing and review. And it is the Christmas season, perfect for Santa to bring us the return of Demolition to the WWE Elite Mattel line. But of course, for all your WWE Elite needs and everything else under the sun, hit up Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And we're gonna do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And what can you say about Demolition? November, December 2025 in the wrestling figure fandom. We're going to be known as the months of Demolition, as we got what, six, seven Demolition sets to close out 2025. You see what I did there, Todd McFarlane? I'm hip with the kids, let me tell you. 6, 7 Demolition. I think 7 in all honesty, if you count Ringside getting 2. I guess I'll try to list it off. So you got these. There's 1. You got the Bell to Bell collection. You got the 2 different Ringside ones. You got Matt Maniacs. You got Latuni. And I'm probably missing one. What's the one I'm missing? I don't know. There's probably 10. I'm probably missing a bunch of other ones. I guess we got a couple of different Latuni ones. There's a lot going on over there in the Demolition world. And Demolition making the money while they can. So kudos to them. But I know a lot of us are excited to have them back in the Elite line. And these ones got rushed to market, I guess if that's what you want to call it. But I do appreciate Mattel making some little changes from their prior Elites, which we will do some comparisons. We'll also bring their old friend Crush in to party a little bit. But we'll compare those later in this video on top of the Ringside ones. We'll compare them too. A lot going on in the Demolition front right now. But now we're going to dive into it. Let's start it off with Axe. We'll go alphabetical order is what we're going to do here. Oh, it's all about schooling. That's what it is. We got Axe ready to party in the packaging here, looking very good. Now, I fully expect a lot more Demolition from Mattel. Next up after this, it looks like the WWE Superstars line. Those look really nice. We're getting Crush in those as well. After that, you would have to think we'll get an Ultimate Tag Team set, maybe like the Dudley's Ultimate Edition from Ringside, maybe something along those lines. Now, we know Mr. Fuji is also in the line. I would really like to see a Coliseum collection of Mr. Fuji and Axe. It feels weird not having Smash, but I'd like to see that eventually. And then there's a lot of different looks. I'm sure we'll get repaints of these, of course, along the way. And you have to imagine maybe we'll get a Masked Superstar. Maybe we'll get Repo Man along the way as well. I think Repo Man's already a slam dunk. Masked Superstar might be a little tough, but we'll see what happens. Long story short, we should have a lot more Demolitions to come. How about that? But there's Axe on the front, 123. Axe looking good. Axe looking like he's just over it. He looks like he's just over it. Right here on the back of the package. Look at Axe there. He looks like your uncle or maybe your grandpa. And he's just like looking at everybody for the holidays like, I'm just ready for it to be over. I'm ready. And of course, here we are filming this in the midst of the holiday season. This is going to drop on like Christmas Eve, maybe Christmas Day, earlier for Patreon members as usual. But he looks just a man defeated or a man that's had an eggnog too many. I don't know. But shout out to old Axe there. Got the tail of tape, got the blurb, we got the cross sell down below. You know we're unboxing all these on the channel. Let's see what it says about Axe. From Parts Unknown, beautiful this time of year. I have heard the downside of living in Parts Unknown though, Todd McFarlane, is Santa Claus does not know where it is. Not many do. I've explained where Parts Unknown is a time or two on this channel. I'm not going to do it here today. But Santa can't find it. So maybe that's part of Axe's seasonal depression he's got going on. 6'3", 291 pounds. The finisher, the Demolition Decapitation, career highlights World Tag Team Champion. As the most dominant tag team of their era, Demolition showed every night why Pain and Destruction was their middle name. And depending where you came into your fandom, some people thought of them as Legion of Doom, Road Warrior ripoffs. Some people said they were better. To me, I prefer the Legion of Doom, but Demolition are really close. I thought it was fine. I didn't think of anything copying each other or anything like that. I just thought they were two really cool tag teams. Brothers in paint is what I thought. And your mileage may vary. We always say that as well. So we do get the little pocket here on the side. Nothing in the pocket. See you later. Goodbye. Axe. And now we're going to get Axe out. Of course, the leader of the team. I always dare I say, assumed he was the leader. I believe he is older than Smash, if I'm not mistaken. One Barry Dorso. And I always felt like Axe was the leader of the team. That's just where my little kid brain always did go. And there it is. We get an extra set of hands. Only one extra set of hands for Axe. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to Axe business here. I am here for it. And he does got a rubber band on him. Oh, holding him back. There we go. All right, let's see what's going on with Axe. And then we'll get into Smash. Get these twist ties off my table. We'll start with the mask. So we do get the mask, I believe, a little bit more pliable than the original releases once upon a time. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I have to go feel mine later. I'll feel them later, but it does fit on his head, hopefully. Yes, it fits. Not the greatest fit ever. I've seen better, I've seen worse, but it gets the point across. It gets the job done. So you do get the mask here. It's your usual Demolition mask. Somebody hands me this. I know what it is. It is the Demolition mask. Now, hands. We got two gripping hands out of the package. He does come with two Fists of Fury. Gonna have to leave those Fists of Fury on him. When I think of Axe, I think I'm giving those double axe handles on guys' backs. You know about this, Todd. You know about how that goes, like this. Just on the guy's back, all over the back, and just blah, all over the back. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But that's what I think of with Axe. So I'm gonna leave these fists on him. But let's dive into the head sculpt here. When I think of Axe in the face paint, I think of the red and silver attack. I think that's what the majority of people do. Some people, old school guys, they go back to what, WrestleMania 4 and they get the black in the face paint. To each their own, but it looks good in the red and silver. Stoic face, wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want my Axe smiling, that's for sure. Looks good there. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Got a little bit of that receding hairline going on. Always a hard time, as we know. But looks good. It looks like Axe. I would know who that is. Now, he does got his vest over the top. Of course, spikes on there, all in black. Looks like something out of a Rob Halford closet, circa 1978, we'll call it. I like the looks of that. These are removable if you want to be. Maybe a 2-in-1. Might be worth getting 2 of these. Playing a long game, possibly. Display 1 all geared up. Display 1 in the wrestling ring. Maybe, maybe not. Looks good right there. He does got the straps over the top. That is a little disappointing on the straps. Now, there's different ways you can go with these straps over the top. The old gear, the old executioner gear, whatever you want to call it. Ringside painted it on. Jakks, once upon a time, painted it on as well. Mattel does the overlay. Now, these aren't going to be removable. You're not going to be able to take the overlay off. Unfortunately, they're just a hair short if he's standing straight up. It's almost like that guy. Maybe it's your uncle, once again, picking on old Uncle Axe, but his belly's hanging out of his shirt. He could be one of those guys. That's kind of what it looks like with that strap right here. Now, if you do move the ab crunch, you do tilt it down a little bit, you can get away from that. But I think it would have been nice to have this just a hair longer, just a hair, a centimeter. Dare I say a centimeter longer, I think would have worked out well. So a little short on Axe. It does look a little strange. I guess it's just all in how you adjust the ab crunch to make that work. Now, diving over into the arms here, you do got the arm bracers. Of course, the forearm guards, they are removable, so they do plug and play if you want to. Fists of Fury, we talked about that, looking very good. No elbow pads on Axe anywhere to be seen. We do got the trunks here in black. You got the little denim? Yeah, denim and leather. It brought us all together, but it was you that set our spirit free. The denim and studs here, unfortunately, got some paint issues on mine. A little bit extra with the silver over here. Your mileage may vary. Black knee pads, black boots. You got the studs on the boots as well. You got the straps on the boots. Looking very good. No issues with that. Now, diving into the figure itself, arms go all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows playing the hits. You know I'm here for that. Hands back and forth, side to side. Head back and forth, side to side, up and down. Ab crunch, waist articulation. Leg goes up for the big boot. That does work. Can we get the old Axe splits? Of course, a menace on the jungle gyms once upon a time. We do get the splits there. Nothing too problem. No Vietnam issues. Happy to see that. Not happy to see the double jointed pin knees, though. Don't like those pins in those knees. Got the boot cut. Got ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. Playing those usual articulation hits here with our friend Demolition Axe. Not a bad piece of business, though. Like I said, I'm a sucker. I'm a Demolition guy. I'm happy to have these in the collection, even though I have a lot more Demolition figures in the collection, especially as of late. But here we are with Mattel's version again of Axe. But now we're going to dive into the old Smasher. Smash, I always prefer to the team. I liked Axe, but Smash was always my favorite for whatever reason. I don't know. But Smash is here, and he's ready to party just like his partner Axe. Looking good, 123. Doesn't say first time to the line. It should say return to the line. That would have been cool to see. Elite, 8 and up on here. You 7-year-olds, you can't handle this Demolition. It's too much for you. Trust me. Mattel, you got Smash on the side, Smash on the side, and on the back, you got Smash once again. He's just the life of the party, as we know on Smash. Got the cross sell down below, unboxing them all. You know how we do. At the very end, we're going to rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorite. Tail of the tape, got the blurb. Let's see what it says about Smash. From parts unknown, and I believe it's maybe north up there in Minnesota. Could be. Height 6'2", 290 pounds. Finisher, Demolition, Decapitation. Career highlight, World Tag Team Champion. As the most dominant tag team of their era, Demolition showed every night why Pain and Destruction was their middle name. Stop me if you've heard this one before. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Demolition Prison. We got the twist ties once again, locking things down. You got to lock Smash down. He's a dangerous individual. Trust me, he's dangerous. And we get extra hands, but we get a little extra with the hands here. There we go. Twist tie. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business for old Smash. And for some reason, he also is locked down with a rubber band. I am not sure why, and I just broke the rubber band, is what it is. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's dive into the old Smasher here. Let's get into it. Now, we get the same helmet. Makes sense. Got to reuse with kindness. Got the same helmet going on. Makes all the sense. Got to think we'll get the same one with Crush in the future as well. Got the extra hands, 2 gripping hands out of the package. We got the what you gonna do, brother hands. What you gonna do? And that kind of reminds me of Smash. He's jarring with somebody, he's pointing or something. I'll definitely be using one of these. Nice thing with Demolition, though, you could trade your hands back and forth between the teams. So if you want to give the fist to Smash or share a fist, you can move those between them. That is nice that we get different hands between them as well. I feel like I want a pointing hand for sure on Smash, but I would like a fist so he could just, pop somebody in the mouth if he needs to. Once again, choose your own hand adventure. But now we're going to dive into Smash, and a lot of hallmarks of Axe here, but some differences. Now we got Smash, wide open mouth, and you always think of Smash with his mouth open. He was always jaw-jacking at somebody, or he was sticking the tongue out, removing the mask. We know how that goes. So on point for Smash. Got the long hair for Smash as well. Interesting face paint. I always think of this or just the straight up red when I think of Smash. I think of the straight up red more often. Once again, your mileage may vary on that. But it looks good. I know this is Smash all day. Now getting to the body here, the vest over the top, you got the same problem we've got with Axe. Just a little short on these. Wish it was just a hair longer. Just a hair longer was all we need. Got the same overlay we saw with Axe. Same thing with the forearm guard. It's going to be the same thing there. You do get the black knee pads, the black boots, just like we saw on Axe. You do get the tattoo for Smash over here, the hallmark of a Repo Man once upon a time that really linked those two together for me as a kid. We got that going on. Now we are missing the elbow pad for Smash. We're also missing the blue sleeve on Smash. So that's a bummer right there. And now I just thought of it. I don't think when I was listening to 6'7", I was listening to 6'7" Demolitions. The one I forgot, I think, was the big rubber guys. Just came to me, but there it is. But he is missing the elbow pad, is missing the sleeve. Hopefully that's corrected in the future. It's not the end of the world, but I know a lot of people would want that on this figure. We know how that goes. But besides that, it looks like Smash. I don't have too many problems with this. Articulation can be identical to Axe. I don't think I need to walk through that once again here. But not a bad piece of business either. It's just nice to have Axe and Smash. And they sent these back out really quick. They reused the bodies. Uh-oh. Is he going to fit on a ringside Mattel stand using code Kyle to save 10%? Oh, very tight. His whole game, it's getting worn out. He needs to get a little lighter in the whole game. A little too tight there for old Smash. But it's nice to get these two back in the saddle. I think there's going to be better Axe and Smashes in our future, but they wanted to get one out as soon as they possibly could, and that was taking a lot of the stuff from the old one, giving it a little bit of twists and turns and a little bit of an update to get these new ones right here. And comparing to the old ones, what did I do with those old ones? Oh, here they are, way over here, off to the side. Now I got Axe and I got Smash. Now the face paint, heads are the same, face paint is different. I like that. I'm okay with that. I don't have too much of an issue with that. Now, one big difference between our Smashes here is the new Smash, they filled in that bald spot where the first edition, he had the bald spot. Reminds me of Arn Anderson Galoob once upon a time for old-time collectors. So I don't know if Smash said, hey, just fill in my hair. Come on, fill my hair in. There is some differences right there. So that is interesting to note. Besides that, obviously updated joints in the elbows, knees seem to be the same. Same kind of gear going on. So you got to get the most out of your molds. We understand that. Now we did get Crush once upon a time. And we got Crush coming again. Is he in the next Elite set? He might be in the next one or two. So we do got Crush here to pair with these guys. We'll be able to do that again very soon. In a month or two, maybe even less than that. We'll see how that goes. And speaking of Demolition, how about Axe and Smash? I had to go through them. I did buy 4 copies of the ringside ones. We do have those. I will say I prefer the ringside masks. They just feel a little bit better. You can put them on here. You could obviously trade them back and forth. I don't know. Yeah, the Mattel ones are not going to fit on the classic, or the classic, yeah, I guess classic superstars, unsanctioned class superstars, what they're called. They are not going to fit on these, but you can fit the ringside ones on the Mattel ones if you want to. But we got Axe and Smash. Very cool. For me, somebody that loves Demolition, I'm going to buy both sets. There's no doubt about it. But there's pros and cons of both of those. It truly is a pick 'em, and I'd be interested to hear from you. Yes, you out there. Which one did you pick up? If you're only getting one Demolition, you go in Mattel because you got a lot of Mattels, or did you dive into the ringside versions? Now, like I said, there's pros and cons for each one of these. I'd be interested to hear where you sit. I don't know. It's really is a pick 'em. I like the overlays on the Demolition. I just don't like that they're short on the Elite. I don't mind the painted ones on the ringside, except they messed up a little of the paint on the side, but not going to see that a whole lot, especially if you display them with the gear on. I think I do like the gear on the ringside ones a little bit more pliable, a little bit more breathing room, possibly. I don't know. Either way, though, both really good figures. Both definitely recommend having in my collection. I would have all of them either way, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts between them. And like I said, there's a lot of Demolition. 6, 7, maybe. We'll see. There's a lot of Demolition going on as we close out 2025 and have to imagine some more into 2026. We know for sure we got the superstars next in line. Have to imagine more from there. So we'll see. We'll wait and see into 2026. But there's Demolition. What's your guys' thoughts? Pickups, passes, long games, no games, not so sure games? Gotta have them game? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available each and every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Axe, Smash, Demolition, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?